Hey, what's up everyone? Today is Tuesday, which means that it's time for another live Q&A all about dropshipping onto different marketplaces like eBay and Facebook Marketplace. As always, I'm your host, Paul J Lipsky. Here on this channel, I talk a lot about different ways to make money online, but primarily we talk about dropshipping on eBay, on Facebook Marketplace, and a lot of that's done from other retailers like Walmart, HomeDepot.com. So this is a time when you can just come in, ask me any questions that you have, and I will do my best to answer those questions for you. So if you're here, jump into the live chat, say hey, let me know where you're chiming in from, and then let me know what your question is. I do these every single Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern time, so consider subscribing so that you don't miss the next one. You get a chance to ask your question. Also, down below in the description are a ton of free resources. And I'm going to be opening back up for enrollment very soon, my Facebook Marketplace dropshipping course. So if you want to be notified when that course opens back up, you can join the waitlist down below. It's the first link down below. And that will be your last chance this year to join the course. So if you're looking to start Facebook Marketplace dropshipping, now is an amazing time to do it because we still have some time before Q4 starts. And you'll see just explosive growth during Q4. So now is an excellent time to join, and you'll be able to join in just a couple of weeks. But I'm not going to make a lot of videos about it. I'm just going to be releasing it to my email list. So you do have to make sure you're on the wait list by signing up down below. All right, let's see who's here and what kind of questions you all have for me. Barial says, hey Paul, my eBay dropshipping store is not getting any sales and not a single view. Please explain, what should I do? I give my products very clean title, but my eBay store is fresh. So let's unpack that a little bit, because one of the things you mentioned in there is that your eBay store is fresh. So that, I'm assuming you think that because your store is so new, no one is buying from you. But we've seen that that's not true. Just because you have a brand new eBay store doesn't mean that people are not going to buy from you. And I know this for a fact because I've started new stores and they've started with nothing, no feedback, no sales, no anything. But I brought to it all the experience that I've had, and I was able to make sales my very first day and see growth with it very fast. And we've seen other people do this as well. So we know that having a new store does not really put you at a disadvantage. Now, some people believe that it can because you're not going to have any feedback on your account, so that when people go to purchase items from you, they see that you don't have any feedback, so they're reluctant to buy from you. And that is a valid concern. However, I don't think it matters as much as it used to. And I think buyers are beginning to understand that. Because the truth is, if buyers go onto eBay and see a product that they want and it checks off all the boxes, then they're going to purchase it, whether you have a lot of feedback or you don't have any feedback. I think the only thing that can really hurt you is if you have very bad feedback. But if you're brand new, they're still going to buy from you. And we've seen that time and time again. I'm sure there's some buyers who it's still the case that they won't, but overwhelmingly, we're just seeing people actually purchase the items. So if you're not making sales, it's probably, and you say you're giving them good titles, which is definitely one of the keys to being successful with eBay. You have to use good titles. You have to research your titles. You have to fill the titles with keywords that people are going to be searching for. That really is one of the most important things. But before you even get to that step, you have to make sure that the item that you're selling is a good item. It's the right item to be selling. There used to be a time when you could just list anything up for sale on eBay and it would sell. And that's not the case anymore. You really want to go in and do product research and find good items that people are already purchasing on eBay. You could sell those same items or substantially similar items, so that it really increases the chances that the items you list will actually sell, okay? So that is really the first most important thing. And anytime sellers come to me and ask for my advice, for the help with their store, and I go ahead and look at their store, that is always the issue. It's always the issue that they're not they're not properly doing product research or not finding the right items to be selling. So that is really what I would concentrate on, and you're going to see a huge difference. Cored says, why is your eBay course always open for enrollment, but your Facebook Marketplace course only at certain times? So eBay dropshipping, we've been doing it for a while now. I've been doing it for 5 or 6 years at this point. It's been around. It's established. We know what works and what doesn't work. So the whole system is pretty polished in terms of how it works. So that course is always open for enrollment. I do update the course as things change. I am currently planning some new updates already for the course, even though I've just updated it a few months ago. And I just update it basically, in this case, it's new strategies and tactics that you guys might find helpful, my students might find helpful. Other times I might update it if eBay changes or something like that. But the general system is pretty polished. We pretty much know how it works. With Facebook Marketplace dropshipping, it's still really new. And there's still a lot that we're learning about it. So at this point, I'm limiting the number of students that can join. And the way I do that is by opening it and then closing it after a certain amount of time where students join. And then in this case, I'm opening it back up, and this will be your last chance this year to join it for that reason. Maybe in the future it'll be open more permanently, but that's not the case right now because we are limiting the number of people who can join it. And part of the reason for that is honestly because Facebook Marketplace is such a gold mine. It is working so well. And the margins are so high, and the competition, it's really about the competition is so low. So that's why we're limiting the number of people who can come in, so we can kind of keep it that way and kind of see how things respond to it. Due to return violation. So how to deal with Walmart cancel my order due to return violation. That's something I'm not actually familiar with Walmart. I've never had that issue. One thing I will say is when you are drop shipping and you're buying items from suppliers like Walmart, you never want to abuse that, okay? You never want to abuse that relationship because we're relying on them as a supplier. So if you go in and take advantage of them somehow, they're not going to like it. So we've seen this happen before. So for instance, Bed Bath & Beyond was a supplier I used to use a lot. And a lot of drop shippers would abuse it by using a lot of coupons with Bed Bath & Beyond. Bed Bath & Beyond gives out a lot of coupons, but it's really meant for, regular people making their first purchase to try to get them to become loyal to Bed Bath & Beyond. And drop shippers would use these coupons multiple times every single day. So Bed Bath & Beyond didn't really like that. So that's one example of that. Amazon is another example. Amazon used to let us dropship, no problem. And then people started to use these sketchy discounted gift cards. It really violated Amazon's trust in resellers and dropshippers. So they didn't really allow it anymore. So yeah, in general, just make sure you're not abusing that relationship. And one way people do abuse it is with returns. And, kind of along that same lines, when you're listing products, make sure you have the listing accurate, because if it's inaccurate, you're going to get a lot of returns and then you have to return them back to the supplier, which again, doesn't look good. But yeah, I don't know exactly what happened in this case, but that's just kind of a general good advice to kind of respect the suppliers that we're all using, including you. If you connect your friend's Payoneer to your eBay account, would there be any issues? I'm not sure, to be honest. I've never heard of that being done, so I couldn't answer that for you. What are the best suppliers? Well, if you're doing retail dropshipping, in other words, if you're dropshipping from retail websites, we do this a lot on Facebook Marketplace. We still do it on eBay, even though eBay pretty much said they don't allow it. They still allow us to do it. They don't kick us off of eBay for doing it. So that's up to you whether you want to do it or not. But if you're talking about retail suppliers, which most people tend to gravitate towards just because it's so much easier to get started with it, then honestly, what I do is you can go over to AutoDS. Actually, let me go do this right now. Let's see if I can quickly do this. Usually when I try to do something off the cuff here, it just never really works. Okay, so because normally what I do is I come over to AutoDS, and you can actually go to list an item, and it will tell you all the suppliers that it works with. And here, so this is a good example. You don't even have to log in to see this. So this is just on the AutoDS website, and you can kind of see, you can drop ship from all these different websites. Etsy, I didn't even know they worked with Etsy. Well, that's cool. Walmart, Banggood, Lowe's, Target, GearBeast, Amazon, AliExpress, CJ Dropshipping, Overstock, Wayfair, eBay, Alibaba, Costway, Costco, all these. There's more here. Yeah, so here's like the whole list right here. USA, you can do by different regions. And the thing is, AutoDS, they would only add a supplier if it was in demand. In other words, if dropshippers who were using AutoDS said, hey, AutoDS, I started working with Min in the box, or Mini in the box. It was Min in the box, but whatever, Min in the box. And I'm really enjoying it. It's working really well. Can you add them as a supplier? And if they get enough requests like that, they're going to add it. So this tells me right here that this is a supplier that other dropshippers work with, that other dropshippers have success with, and they're selling products and making money from it. So that's really good kind of hack to find good suppliers. These are all vetted good suppliers for that reason. Okay, great question though. Hey, what's up, Wally? How's it going? Oh, who are my best? But the ones that I use, let's get rid of this. I really like Walmart and Home Depot are my top two suppliers. I do use a couple of others, but those two have always been kind of my most reliable long-term plays. I've used Overstock before, Wayfair before. Let's see what other ones on here. Yeah, so those are the other two I've used somewhat. Lowe's I've used in the past, although I don't really like them anymore. And Target I've used when some of my other suppliers are out of stock. They've been in stock, so we've used them to fill orders. But generally, I stay away from Target. And same thing with Kmart, where I've bought some items from them when it's been out of stock at my supplier when I go to fulfill the order. Hey, I had my first 2 sales this week. Congratulations, Sandy. Let's give you a round of applause. Can I still get paid with PayPal? No, you can't, Fabio. So years ago, when you signed up for eBay, you needed a PayPal account, and PayPal would connect up with eBay, and people buying stuff from you on eBay would actually pay through PayPal. That's the way it used to work. So PayPal just handled all the transactions there. And that worked fine, but eBay decided they wanted to make an all-in-one integration where they have payments managed directly on their website. So they came out with managed payments, and that's kind of the system we have right now. So you can't get paid with PayPal when you sign up for an eBay account. You have to connect a bank account, or you can connect Payoneer. But most people here in the United States will connect just a bank account. What's up, Diane? Can we do eBay to eBay drop shipping? No, you can't. So eBay to eBay drop shipping, what would that look like? So that would look like you list an item up for sale on eBay, but you don't own it. Another seller on eBay owns it. So if someone were to buy that item from you on eBay, you would then have to buy it from the other eBay seller and have them ship it directly to your eBay customer. That is problematic for a number of reasons. One, just if you think about it logically, someone who's going to buy from you will just buy from the other person because they are going to sell it cheaper. Because you have to cover fees, you have to mark it up again. The other problem is that tracking numbers. So you can only input a tracking number once onto eBay anywhere. So let's say you do that, and the dropshipping eBay to eBay. So you buy it from a seller on eBay, and then he gives you a tracking number. Maybe the tracking number is like 1ZX2222. Okay, 1ZX2222. He put that into eBay, so it's in eBay system. If you now try to put into your order that same tracking number 1ZX222, eBay's not going to accept it. eBay's going to say, hey, this is already associated with another order. And they're right, it is. The order that you placed for the item from the other seller. And that's why you're not going to have a valid tracking number. So it doesn't work. What the best supply? Yeah, so we went over that. Baylor says, is there a way you know of that I can get around product limits per buyer/household? I had a customer order 3 TVs and had trouble getting the last one ordered. So what is your supplier? Because it depends on the supplier that you use. I know Walmart does do this, but let me know what supplier you had been working with, and I might be able to give you a better answer for that. Is Amazon a good dropshipping supplier? Yes and no. So, like I said before, we used to use Amazon a lot, especially for Facebook Marketplace dropshipping, and earlier in my dropshipping career, if you want to call it that, on eBay as well. But one of the problems is that eBay started cracking down on dropshippers, saying, hey, if you order too many products from us and ship to too many different addresses or too many orders per day, whatever it is, we're going to identify you as a reseller or a dropshipper, and we are going to shut down your Amazon account. So you're not going to be able to buy anything else. So that's obviously a huge issue. Other than that issue, which is a huge issue, they are an amazing supplier because they have really cheap prices. They have such a wide variety of items, great fast shipping, great customer service. They're amazing besides that one issue, which is obviously a huge issue. So if you can get around that issue, you're going to be okay. How do you get around that issue? Well, there's a couple of ways to do it. One is you can do it yourself by creating multiple Amazon accounts and spreading out the orders every day amongst those accounts, keeping them completely separate with virtual desktops and things like that. It is complicated, but I know a lot of high-level sellers who are doing that exact thing. Or if you have a fulfillment service, there are services out there that will actually fulfill Amazon orders for you, and they take care of all that kind of logistical stuff of creating multiple accounts. You do have to find those services. I only know of a couple, and they're completely full. They're not taking any more new sellers at this time. But there are some of them out there. Hey, what's up, Mike? Mike wants to know how much I pay my virtual assistants. Not sure what a fair wage is. Yeah, this is a difficult question because you have to, there's a lot of factors to weigh, right? On the one hand, some of the work you might be hiring them for is work that you can teach anyone to do. So in that regard, it could be considered minimum wage work. But then what is minimum wage when you're not like really subject to minimum wage laws because they're based outside the United States? So it does get complicated. Of course, you want to be fair and you want them to have a livable wage and you want them to stay with you as an independent contractor, VA. So there's a lot to consider. I usually have that discussion with any virtual assistant that I hire and ask them how much do they want to get paid. And then it depends on the job. So for new hires, I usually do it on an hourly basis. For VAs who I'm keeping on for a long term and they've been with me, it's a wage that I pay them. And again, it depends on the job and how well they're doing and how much I want them to stick around. So some virtual assistants that, like I just hired one to help me with some new product research that I'm doing, and she's getting paid about $100 a week. It's not even full-time work, but yeah, I'm paying her about that. And then another one, for instance, that I pay, I think it's about $170 or $80 a week because she's been with me for a while. She does great work, and I want her to continue to work with me. So yeah, it really depends, but that's kind of what I pay. But you got to have a discussion with them to see what's fair. How much time does it take to find a winning product? You can find a winning product within minutes, but sometimes you'll be searching for an hour and you might just find one. It's kind of like depends on the day. And partly luck and also skill, obviously. But, you know, the old saying, success is when, what is it? Success is when preparation meets opportunity, something like that, right? So if you prepare by learning product research and getting better at it, and then you find a thread, I would call it, like where you're doing product research and you go down this one path, and all of a sudden you realize like that is a very valuable kind of string of products you're able to find right in a row. And that's very often the way it will be, where you're not getting any good products and then you find one or two and then you find a whole bunch after that because you're able to follow those one or two products to find all the other really successful ones. So I would think of it more of a process like that. Just gotta text someone real quick. Okay. Diane says, is AliExpress a good supplier? I heard they send out their products late. Also, do I need to buy the products? Thanks, Diane. Well, Diane, you don't need to buy the products up front if that's what you're asking. With drop shipping, what you would do is sell the products on eBay. And then once they sell, you would then buy from AliExpress and have them ship it directly to your customers. So the cool thing about AliExpress is that every seller on there is willing to do that. They love drop shipping. They support it. They're happy to do that. The downside is exactly what you said. They send out their products late, okay? And it's not even that they send it out late. It just takes a long time for the customers to get the items. Frequently, the tracking numbers are kind of wonky, where you're not even sure where the item is or what the status is. I'll give you an example. So I just ordered a product for myself from AliExpress. I don't order a ton of stuff from AliExpress, but if there's something that I kind of want and I'm looking on Amazon and I see it for sale there, and I'm able to find it on AliExpress for like a fraction of the price and I don't need it right away, sometimes I'll order from AliExpress if I'm willing to wait. So I ordered something from AliExpress recently, or this was a couple of weeks ago. I'm like, yeah, I'm willing to wait for this. I don't need this. There's no urgency here. It's just something, you know, it makes it easier for me to justify kind of like impulse, silly purchases. Like this is kind of silly item I bought. It's a little like fidget device, kind of like a fidget spinner thing. I'm like, this is kind of stupid to buy, but it's like $10 on AliExpress. If I bought it on Amazon, it would have been like $35 or $40. Which I wasn't willing to pay that for it, but it's like $10 on AliExpress. It's like whatever, right? But I ordered it and it hit customs and then it said it didn't get approved through customs. And then all of a sudden it's here in the United States, but I'm not even sure where. I'm like, how did it get through customs if it didn't clear customs? I mean, how is it here in the United States if it didn't clear customs? So like, I don't have a clue what's going on. I'm just like, man, if I was shipping these items to customers, I wouldn't even know what to tell them. So those are kind of the issues that I have with AliExpress and just it taking so long for items to be delivered in general. Hey, what's up, man? Can we list a sponsored item from Amazon? Okay, I think I know what you're asking. So when you go into Amazon, and let's see if I can pull up an example. Amazon. And we'll roll with let me share the screen here. We'll roll with anyone see the new Lord of the Rings series? It's pretty good. So we'll go with fidget spinners or something. Since we're on that topic. So, maybe this was a bad example. There's actually none that I see here. I wonder if it's because I'm incognito. So maybe do like fidget sliders. Man, this is funny. Normally you get like a ton of these sponsored items, and I'm just not seeing any of them right now. That's so weird. Let's just do office desk. Maybe it's the wrong category. Well, I don't know. This is why. Oh, here we go. Sponsored right here. So these ones are showing up because they are sponsored, right? That means someone's paying for them to be right here, higher up in the search results. So yeah, you can go ahead and list these as long as they don't fall within the Vero program, the verified rights owner program. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with that if it's just a product. All that means is that someone has paid for that listing to show up higher in the search results. Usually that will end up being a private label FBA product. But again, as long as it doesn't fall within Vero and you feel comfortable selling it, then yeah. Probably a common question, says Kwanzi, but what is the optimal starting capital for drop shipping? You really don't need much when you're drop shipping onto a marketplace. And that's why I love it. And that's why I always tell beginners, don't start with Shopify. Shopify is not the place you want to start for beginners because it is just so expensive and difficult if you don't know what you're doing. So when you're selling on a marketplace like Facebook Marketplace, like eBay, there's already customers there. You don't have to pay for marketing. You don't have to try to drive traffic organically to your website and try to get people to trust your website and then buy from you. There's already customers on eBay, on Facebook Marketplace. Go where the customers already are. You can sign up for an eBay account, for a Facebook Marketplace account. You can technically get started for free on a completely free account. You can list your first bunch of items for free. It doesn't cost you to list items. The software that you would need, really the only software that I would recommend is AutoDS. And with AutoDS, you can get a trial for $1. So that is all you need, kind of upfront capital. And then you need to actually have a way to purchase the items. So when someone buys the item from you on eBay, on Facebook Marketplace, wherever, you then have to buy it from your supplier. And for that, you just need a credit card. A credit card with a couple of $1,000s in credit available. Use that to fulfill the order. Once you get the money from the marketplace, pay off the credit card and keep the rest as profit. So yeah, that's the way I would go with it. And then what I'm trying to say is you don't really need much to get started with dropshipping at all. Can I have 2 different eBay accounts in one laptop? Yes and no. If you have them on one laptop, they will probably be connected, meaning eBay will say, oh, we know that one person is running both of these accounts, which means that in the rare event that one of your eBay accounts gets permanently suspended, your other one will get suspended as well, most likely, but not 100% like correlation there. But probably that is what will happen. So if you want to avoid that from happening, you have to run them as stealth accounts, meaning you would have to have different IP addresses for them, different cookies, different names, addresses, phone numbers, emails, all of that has to be separate. And the big thing there is the IP addresses. George says, can I use wholesale suppliers for dropshipping on Facebook Marketplace? Yeah, you can, George. This is something I've been talking a lot about on eBay, is using wholesale suppliers. Anyone who joins my eBay course gets a free wholesale dropshipping course where I'm going to teach you how to dropship using wholesale suppliers. You get that second course completely free when you sign up for my eBay dropshipping course, which teaches how to do it from retail websites. But I don't talk about it on Facebook Marketplace for a reason. And that's because right now, Facebook Marketplace dropshipping works so well with retailers. In other words, dropshipping from Walmart and Home Depot. It's very easy to scale it because there's a lot of software that works with retail sites like AutoDS. It's easier to work with retailers. And for now, as long as that works, I'm going to continue to do that. I'm not going to bother with using wholesale suppliers on Facebook when retail is just so streamlined and so much easier to work with. But you could do it. You totally could do it, as long as they're shipping out their items on time. Yeah, we went over this earlier about Amazon accounts getting shut down, Amazon buyer accounts getting shut down. How many listings should I have on my Facebook Marketplace account for the first 6 months? I plan to run most of it myself for now, so I don't want to get buried in my orders. I wouldn't stress out about that. Cross that bridge when it comes to it. If you get to the point where you're getting buried in orders or it's starting to come, that's a good problem to have. And there's no reason not to hire a virtual assistant at that point, so you can continue to scale up. And since you're getting so many orders, you could afford to do that. So, man, I wouldn't cap yourself out. I wouldn't put a limit on yourself now and try to stunt your growth. You should just go for it, especially with Q4 coming up. Let it run, let it fly. And as you do well, then you hire help, hire some virtual assistants, and don't get kind of stuck on the idea of just trying to run it by yourself if that opportunity comes up, because that's a huge opportunity. So, take advantage of it when it does. Byron wants to know if there's a feature on Walmart to ship without branded packaging. So what Byron's concerned about is, okay, he has a customer buying something from him on eBay, on Facebook Marketplace, and then he goes and buys that item from Walmart. Walmart ships it to the customer, but the customer gets a box that says Walmart on the side. Maybe even inside the box is an invoice that says how much Byron paid for it, which is less than the buyer on eBay paid for it. Byron's concerned about that, understandably so. The good news is that a lot of suppliers, including Walmart, they don't include the price in the box. So with Walmart, every time I buy items from them, they don't include a slip of paper in the box that says how much I paid for it, or how much, in this case, Byron paid for it. It's not in there. Now, the box itself will say Walmart on it, but I don't worry about that, because when buyers buy stuff on eBay, they expect those items to be sent to them by just regular people, regular sellers like you and I. It's like out of someone's garage is kind of what they expect. So those people, they need boxes. They need to purchase boxes from somewhere. So where's a place you can buy boxes? From Walmart. So I don't think people really think twice about it when they buy stuff from eBay and it comes in a Walmart box or even an Amazon box, because so many of us buy stuff from Amazon, and a lot of resellers buy stuff from Amazon and then just reuse the Amazon box so they have a free one, and ship the items to their eBay customers in Amazon boxes that were old used boxes. So I wouldn't stress out about that. Customers just, and the big takeaway from this is that customers just don't care. We just see very, very few customers who complain about this. JB says, I've been dropshipping past 2 weeks, barely any views, let alone sales. Any tips? Yeah, it comes down to product research. Like I mentioned before, number one issue new sellers have is nailing down product research. So JB, make sure you go in there. I don't know if you're a member of my course, watch the lessons again on product research. If not, find good YouTube videos on how to do product research and practice with that. That is the way you got to do it. So Walmart canceled it. I think this was the question about the TVs. Is that right? Yeah. Oh, no, I'm not sure exactly what you're asking, to be honest. Mike says, do you limit listing quantity or price because of eBay requiring signature upon delivery for orders over $750? Yeah, I actually don't know off the top of my head where the cutoff is. I'll take your word on that it's $750. In other words, once an item you sell on eBay, if you sell it for $750 or more, eBay is going to require you to have a signature requirement upon delivery. I don't sell items that are over $500, and even that's, I think, a lot. I can't even think of any items I've sold recently that have been over $300. I've definitely done it in the past. I've had really expensive items I've sold, but I've just kind of shied away from it as I've scaled up and automated more. It's just not worth the risk of anything happening or someone claiming they didn't get the item. $300 is pretty much the limit, and I think 500 definitely is. I mean, 300 is like generally staying under 300, and 500, I can't think of anything I've sold in the past few years that's been over $500. Jay wants to know how many items a day he should list to Facebook Marketplace when just starting. So when you're just starting, you never want to scale up too quickly on any marketplace. So just a few items a day at first and do that for a few weeks, and then you could start to scale up and do, double it and then double it a few days later and double it a few days later. But you never want to scale up too quickly. Just a few items a day for the first couple of weeks. You don't have to drop. So Adil is concerned about drop shipping from Amazon to Facebook, saying, how am I supposed to drop ship on Facebook if Amazon doesn't let me buy stuff from them? So we talked about this before, but one thing I'll say is you don't have to use Amazon as a supplier. There are so many good suppliers out there, like the whole list from AutoDS. Where's that list? The whole list. You can use any of these suppliers, and there's a lot of really good ones here. So you don't have to stick with Amazon. You don't have to use Amazon as your supplier. Use some of the other ones. There's huge opportunities with a lot of these other suppliers. Please smash that thumbs up button and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for the reminder. Sean and Irene keep changing your name on me. It's confusing me. But yeah, guys, we're on the road to 100,000 subscribers. So I'd really love it if you were part of that journey and subscribe to the channel. Be the first 100,000 to subscribe. What do you make of the reduced sales and traffic on Facebook Marketplace and shops lately? I see it on my Facebook accounts. Other sellers are complaining as well. eBay sales are very strong though, and I'm happy about that. Ups and downs in business are normal. I know a lot of people have shown that they've seen a drop in sales, and it does look pretty dramatic, but things like that do happen just naturally within a market. We've seen that with eBay. We've seen it with Facebook Marketplace in the past. We've seen it with Amazon. It's just part of, kind of the cycles. And I think right now with, the economy, isn't doing its best in terms of consumer spending. People are spending money on different products than they have in the past. Seasons are changing as well. And when that happens, a lot of sellers see a dip in sales because they still have listed items that maybe are summer items. And people stop buying that now because now they're looking forward into back to school or fall or winter. And they're looking ahead, not really buying what you have for sale. So I honestly wouldn't stress out about it, especially with Q4 coming up so quickly. Start thinking about that, because even if you see a dip in sales now, I know when Q4 hits, Halloween, as soon as that comes around, you're going to see a huge spike in sales. And then you're going to see just explosive growth once Black Friday hits. So I would keep your eye on the prize there, and don't worry kind of just on the kind of week to week basis. Black God says, since AutoDS AMZ order fulfillment is trash at the moment for orders under $25, I have to fulfill orders on my own. Do you have a threshold for the maximum of orders you can place daily on Amazon? So as far as I know, AutoDS, so let me back up by saying AutoDS has an auto fulfillment service. And I mentioned this before, where if you want to drop ship from Amazon, you should use a fulfillment service, a service that will actually fulfill those orders for you so that you don't have to worry about trying to work with Amazon's limits on how many items you can buy. These fulfillment services will do that for you. AutoDS has one of those services, but there's two things you should know about it. The first is that I think they're pretty much full. It means they're not taking on new people. I could be wrong about that, but that is what I heard. And the other thing, and I'm pretty confident about the second one, is that they don't do it for any items that are under $25. So I'm not sure why you're calling it trash for orders under $25. But if you mean by that they don't do it for items under $25, yeah, I do know that to be true. I have heard that. So don't sell items that are under $25. You'll get more profit, more expensive items anyway. But I don't know what the limit is, honestly, for Amazon accounts. People have been experimenting, but I think you kind of have to try it for yourself, because I don't know those numbers off the top of my head. Yeah, so exactly. We answered this, DRT. DRT says, AutoDS has an order fulfillment service. I think they use their own merchant accounts to fulfill the orders. I wonder if this is a good workaround for Amazon canceling our account for dropshipping. Yeah, it is. But like I said, I think they're full. So you would have to ask them if they're still taking on new people. Okay, so back to Baylor's question about Walmart. He says, is Walmart canceled a bunch of orders or canceled his order for television. He ordered a couple of televisions from Walmart and then they canceled like the last order for it, saying he ordered too many. And this is a problem with Walmart. We see this particularly with electronics. Actually, that's pretty much the only time we see is with electronics, where if Walmart sees you ordering too many electronics too quickly, they will cancel those orders or some of the orders. They're really afraid of fraud. Electronics have a really high chance of being fraudulent, or people buy them with fraudulent cards or credit cards and stuff like that. It's a red flag for them. So yeah, as far as I know, the workarounds for this is you have to wait another day to try to place the order. Another thing you can try is placing the order with, you should actually try this first, placing the order with a different form of payment, different credit card, paying with PayPal instead. Things like that can help sometimes. But with those limits, usually the best thing to do is just to have a second Walmart account and use that second Walmart account to spread out the orders to, if that happens. How to work for you as a virtual assistant? I'm not hiring at the moment, but if you go, what I would do if you're looking to be a VA is go to online jobs and kind of set up your account there, because that is where a lot of people in this community hire virtual assistants from, onlinejobs.ph. Any advice for Labor Day products? Well, Labor Day is over, but regardless, there really aren't any Labor Day products. There are Labor Day sales, which help us as dropshippers. So over the weekend, the Labor Day weekend, over any weekend where there's sales, what you're going to see is, one, even if you didn't discount your products at all, what you're going to see is that there's just going to be more people shopping because they think there's a lot of deals going on. So because Labor Day is associated with, there's always deals, you can go online and get discounts on stuff, it just brings more traffic onto websites. So you'll just see naturally an increase in sales. But what will also happen is, okay, let's say your supplier is Walmart or Home Depot. Over Labor Day weekend, they are going to have sales on items. And when they have sales, their prices go down. Your AutoDS sees that, and it will update your prices on eBay. And now your items are cheaper as well. And since your items are cheaper, people are going to buy them. And as long as you buy them while the Labor Day sale is still happening, you'll still make a good profit. A little bit less in profit because the cheaper items are, the less profit you make. So a little bit less in profit, but you'll make more sales. So you'll more than make up for it. So that's kind of the benefit of these kind of Labor Day weekends, Black Friday weekends, things like that. Is there a way to increase seller limits faster, or do you have to wait every month for eBay to review your account? Usually you have to wait every weekend for eBay to review your account. Every month for eBay to review your account. That's all you have to do. That's all you can do. But in the meantime, what you want to do is you want to list up the most number of items you can list, get some sales going, even if you don't make a ton of money on those sales, so that you can then prove to eBay when you call them, say, hey, look, I'm listing up items, I'm making sales, I just need higher limit. And that's really the best way to convince them to raise your limits. Adrian wants to know how to unlock the shipping option on Facebook Marketplace. So the shipping option, is what enables you as a dropshipper on Facebook or as a seller on Facebook to ship items to your customers, right? And without that, you can dropship on Facebook, but you're not going to do as well as someone who has the shipping option. So when you list your item, it will say, hey, how do you want to, when someone buys this from you, how do you want to fulfill the order? Do you want to meet up with them locally in person and hand them the item? Or do you want to ship the item to them? And not everyone has the option for shipping. That's why it's called the shipping option. If you're based here in the United States and you have a healthy Facebook account and it's been around for a while, you should have the shipping option unlocked. Outside the United States, you're really not going to have the shipping option. So that's unlocking it is not something that like you can really do. It's like either you have it or you don't. I mean, and I say that generally because we have seen people unlock it, but if you're outside the United States, primarily what I'm saying, if you're outside the United States, you're not going to get the shipping option, okay? You have to be here in the United States. You have to have a Facebook account, and ideally an older one. We're seeing the shipping option getting unlocked for older ones, not newer ones. But that's even some new accounts get unlocked as well. But ideally, that's what you're looking for. What are my thoughts on CJ Dropshipping? CJ Dropshipper. In general, I'm not a fan of dropshipping from China. I know CJ Dropshipper has some warehouses here in the United States. So if you want to try that, fine. But in general, I stay away from items dropshipping from China. You know, I just think it takes too long for customers to get their items. Marjorie Taylor says, hey, Paul, do you use third-party sellers on Walmart? So let me go to Walmart and I'll show you what Marjorie's talking about. Let's see if I can find an example. So it was like when I'm trying to do this off the cuff. Let's see. Let's do some. So some items on Walmart are actually owned by Walmart and they are sold by Walmart. How do I share the screen here? Yeah. So if you look right here, again, we're sticking with the theme here, fidget spinners. These items right here, you see it says save with Walmart Plus, 2-day shipping. If we open this up, it says fulfilled by Walmart. Okay. This isn't an example of what I want to show you. Let me find a better one. Gosh, now I'm not finding. So some items. Oh, I have an idea. Let me do it this way. I want to show you 3 different products. Examples of 3 different products. So this product right here, as you can see, it is sold and shipped by Walmart. You see that? That means Walmart owns this product. It's in their warehouse. And when you buy it, Walmart's the one that's going to ship it to you. Okay? Contrast that with this one. This is sold by a third-party company called Stash Direct, but it is fulfilled by Walmart. So not many people know this about Walmart, but they have a fulfillment service similar to Amazon FBA, fulfilled by Amazon, where you can send. So this seller sent these into Walmart, and when someone buys it from Walmart.com, Walmart ships it out to the customer. So Stash Direct is not going to send it out themselves. Okay. And then the third option is the third scenario are items like this, which says sold and shipped by some third-party company right there. Okay. And in that case, when you buy it, you're buying it from a third-party company. They're going to ship it out themselves. And Walmart just gets a cut of it because it's on their marketplace. So those are 3 different options. As a new seller, you can definitely sold anything that's shipped by Walmart. So sold and shipped by Walmart and fulfilled by Walmart. Those are both good options because you know that the items exist. They're in Walmart's warehouse. They're in Walmart's inventory. And if you buy it, for your customer, Walmart themselves are going to ship it out. They're going to fulfill the orders. And that means that the customers is most likely going to get the item. When you're buying from third-party sellers, it's riskier. It is a bit more hit and miss because maybe this person's drop shipping themselves, or maybe this person put up this listing a year ago. They're also selling on eBay and Amazon. They sold out of this and they never updated their listing on Walmart. So it still says it's in stock when it's really not. So you kind of get some risks here. What's the review say? Just kind of curious. This person just doesn't like the actual product. So if it's fulfilled by Walmart, I feel comfortable telling anyone to dropship from them. But for third-party sellers, it's riskier. I do it for some products that I've done a couple orders, saw it went well, so I continue to do it. But it is definitely riskier, and you want to kind of tread lightly going into that. Jaron says, should new sellers on eBay start with a general store or a niche store? I've heard pros and cons for both. Jaron, I don't know of any pros to starting with a niche store on eBay. Just being honest about that, man. You definitely want to start with a general store on eBay. There's absolutely no reason to pick a niche store on eBay. It actually makes no sense to me at all. Because when you are shopping on eBay, let's go over to eBay so we can kind of do this through example. I'm looking up here fidget spinners. Again, coming in here eBay, I'm looking around. I'm like, man, this is a cool one. Right here at the top, I'll scroll down a little bit more. See, this one lights up. Like this is the one I want right here. And it's only $5, free shipping. Okay, I'm gonna buy this. That's it. That's how customers buy stuff on eBay. What they don't do, they don't click on this and then say, well, let me see who the seller is. So I'm going to click on the seller. Let's see what else they have for sale. Oh my gosh. Look at this. They're also selling remote controls and they're selling hummingbird feeders and these Bluetooth like adapters for cars. Oh man, I'm not going to buy the fidget spinner from them because I only want a seller that specializes in fidget spinners. That is not what customers on eBay do. They do exactly what I showed you in the beginning, where they see something, it's the price they want, the item they want, and they buy it without even looking at the storefront at all. So knowing that that is the customer experience and what they do, it doesn't make sense to niche down. You want a general store where you can sell a wide variety of items and see what works for you and what doesn't. Do I think TikTok ads will overtake Facebook ads? I don't know, and quite frankly, I don't really care when it comes to drop shipping, to be honest, because we don't use Facebook ads or TikTok ads or any ads outside of eBay, because we sell on eBay and Facebook Marketplace, and those are marketplaces. The customers are already there. We don't have to try to drive traffic to our website. If I was selling on Shopify, sure, I would have to find a way to get customers to visit my website. A lot of people do that through Instagram right now, and maybe TikTok. And maybe that TikTok will be the future, but for the type of drop shipping I do, I don't have to worry about that. Hey, Kevin in Lakeland, what's up? Omar says, before I started dropshipping on eBay and Facebook Marketplace and Mercari, I also learned how to do online retail arbitrage for 3 months. And I'm trying to grow slowly but steadily when I'm brand new. Awesome, man. I don't have a ton of experience with Harbor Freight tools as a supplier. I've used them a few times when items I've went to fulfill were out of stock on other websites, and then I've used Harbor Freight. But I don't have a ton of experience with them. But it went well when I used them. What supplier can I use to list 500 items a day? I would not list 500 items a day. I don't think there's ever any need to do that. When you're listing up items, Diane, you really want to make sure that you are doing product research to make sure that the items you list up are well-researched items that are actually selling. Then you want to spend time to actually optimize those listings, especially the titles, to make sure that they're good titles, full of keywords, well-researched. And if you're listing up 500 items in a day, you're not doing that. And that is a huge missed opportunity. That's just kind of a waste. Spend the time necessary. Even if you're listing just 10 items a day, it's better than listing 10. It's better to list 10 well-researched, optimized items than 500 bulk listings. What's the best age you think it's best to start dropshipping? You can start when you're 18. You can technically do it when you're younger if you do it under a parent's or an adult's account. I don't think there's any cap to how old. I've had students that were younger than 18 that did it with their parents, so they were able to do it. And I have had students that were in their 70s. So yeah, I've seen lots of people be successful with dropshipping at any age. What's about Facebook Marketplace? What about it? Yeah, you can use your personal eBay account for dropshipping. All right. So I know we didn't get to all the questions as usual, but I want to cut it off there for the day. A good place to do it. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up, just like Sean said to do. Just like Sean said to do, big thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks so much, everyone, for hanging out. Again, if you're interested in my Facebook Marketplace dropshipping course, get on the waitlist. First link down below. I will be opening it up soon. You need to be on the waitlist to get the link to join the course, and that is your last chance this year to join the course. So make sure you click. Make sure at least get on the waitlist. It can't hurt. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. It can't hurt to do that either. And then join us for the next live Q&A. We do them every Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Thanks so much for hanging out, everyone. See you next week.